William had never imagined his life would come to this, standing on landing pad 7 of the Galactic Immigration Center, waiting for a bride he'd never met. At 32, he'd exhausted every dating avenue on Earth. The loneliness had become suffocating in his small apartment on the colony world of New Montana, where humans were still a novelty and social connections were sparse. The interstellar matchmaking service had seemed like a joke at first. "Find your perfect match across the stars," the advertisement had proclaimed. But after 3 glasses of whiskey and another silent Friday night, William had filled out the application. He'd been honest about everything. His modest job as a terraforming technician, his love for old Earth movies, his desperate need for companionship. The ship descended with a thunderous roar, its hull gleaming under the pale sun. William clutched the bouquet of synthetic roses, his palms sweating. According to the profile, Elsa was kind, intelligent, and shared his interest in classical music. The agency had been vague about her species, mentioning only that she was compatible with human life support systems. The boarding ramp extended with a mechanical hiss. William's heart hammered as figures began to emerge. First came a group of Centaurian traders, then a family of crystalline silicoids. Then he saw her. Elsa stood at the top of the ramp and William's jaw dropped. She was magnificent and enormous. Standing at nearly 8 feet tall, she possessed a powerfully built frame covered in skin that shimmered with a faint blue iridescence. Her features were humanoid but distinctly alien. Eyes like polished obsidian, hair that moved with a life of its own in shades of deep purple, and muscular arms that could probably bend steel. She wore a simple traveling dress that barely contained her impressive physique. Their eyes met across the landing pad. Elsa's expression shifted from nervousness to visible disappointment as she took in William's comparatively tiny 5'9" frame. William felt his confidence evaporate. This was clearly a mistake. The agency had obviously mismatched them spectacularly. He should just apologize and leave before. Elsa descended the ramp with surprising grace for her size. As she approached, William noticed something unexpected. She was crying, not the sobbing kind of tears, but quiet streams running down her luminescent cheeks. "You must be William," she said in perfect English, her voice deep and melodious. "I'm Elsa, I'm sorry." "You're probably disappointed." William blinked in confusion. "Disappointed? I thought you'd be disappointed in me." Elsa knelt down, bringing herself closer to his eye level, though she still towered over him. "On my world, I'm considered too large, too strong, too much. The males of my species prefer smaller, more delicate females. I've been rejected my entire life because of my size." She looked down at her hands, which could easily palm a basketball. "I thought maybe a human wouldn't care about such things. But I understand if—" "Wait," William interrupted, surprising himself with his boldness. He stepped closer, looking up into those dark, beautiful eyes. "On Earth we have a saying, don't judge a book by its cover. I didn't come here looking for someone who fit a specific mold. I came here looking for someone who'd understand what it's like to be lonely." He held out the bouquet, comically small in comparison to her hands. "These are for you. They're synthetic because real flowers can't survive in New Montana's atmosphere yet. But I thought they'd be a nice gesture." Elsa took the flowers with surprising delicacy, her massive fingers handling them as if they were made of glass. A genuine smile broke across her face, revealing teeth that were slightly pointed but somehow endearing. "They're beautiful. No one's ever given me flowers before." William found himself smiling back. "Well, that's their loss. Would you like to get coffee? There's a cafe nearby that has Terran and Galactic options. We could talk, get to know each other properly." "I'd like that very much," Elsa said softly. As they walked toward the transit station, an awkward moment arose when Elsa instinctively reached for William's hand. Her palm engulfed his completely, her grip gentle despite her obvious strength. William felt a strange sense of rightness in that moment. Not fear or inadequacy, but a curious feeling of being protected. "You know," William said as they boarded the transit pod, "I've spent my whole life working on terraforming this planet, making it suitable for life. Turns out what I really needed was someone who could handle life that's a little outside the standard parameters." Elsa laughed, a sound like distant thunder mixed with wind chimes. "And I needed someone who could see past the surface. My people have a saying too, the strongest foundations support the tallest structures. Perhaps together, We can build something neither of us could alone. In the cafe, William ordered his usual black coffee while Elsa requested something called a thermal plasma refresher that glowed faintly orange. They talked for hours about her world, about Earth, about the peculiar loneliness of being different. Elsa described the crushing pressure of not fitting her society's expectations. William shared his struggles with connection on a frontier colony world. As the conversation flowed, William realized something profound. Humanity's greatest strength had always been its adaptability, its willingness to embrace the unknown. And here, in this cafe on New Montana with a woman twice his size who could probably bench press a cargo shuttle, he was living that principle. When Elsa walked him home that evening, she hesitated at his door. "Thank you for giving me a chance," she whispered. William squeezed her hand. "Thank you for getting on that ship." Above them, stars from a dozen different systems twinkled in the alien sky, each one a reminder that the universe was vast, strange, and full of possibilities. And sometimes the perfect match was exactly what you weren't expecting.